That's not me, is it? Hello guys. I am quite energetic today, strangely, for someone who woke up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday. So I just decided to make another video, and this is something I actually wanted to do for a while and show you guys how I live sustainably, rather, as much as I can. Sorry, there's a bit of like clothes drying in the background. Yeah, just show you around my house and at the same time show you kind of my ways of tackling plastic pollution and just doing my part, really. And hopefully that inspires you to make some changes as well. I just thought it was quite relevant right now because it's July and it's called Plastic Free July. I actually done this challenge 2 years ago. If you know me for a while, you would have seen my Instagram stories back then. I was, for a whole month, my challenge was not to buy or be as conscious as possible of not buying any plastic. And it was quite challenging for the first couple of weeks, but then it just kind of became normal. And yeah, I quite actually enjoyed that then. And I've implemented a lot of the things that I've learned during that month. I've implemented into my life, but I'm not gonna say that I'm like plastic free now. I don't live, a fully plastic free life, but I've tried to minimize it as much as possible. And I would say that right now, most of my plastic comes from food, unfortunately. But otherwise, I think I'm just gonna crack on with showing you around. So I'm probably gonna start with the kitchen because I think there's quite a lot going on here. Excuse a bit of a mess here. I mean, it's actually not a mess, it's clean. So excuse my clean dishes here. But this is actually my juicer, and these are the components of my juicer, and this is my blender. This is like my herb garden here. I hate the fact that shops sell little plastic packages of herbs. So I just bought myself an actual plant pots of them, which still came in the plastic packaging, which is shite, but at least I've done it once and now I can just reuse this plant. And so yeah, it's quite good. And you can just have like a whole big herb garden instead of buying little packages all the time. So that's quite cool. I might expand my garden soon. This is actually like, I buy a massive bottle of hand gel and then I reuse this bottle. So yeah, I reuse a lot of things basically. And for the washing up stuff and for laundry, I use Ecover. That's like kind of like my #1 choice because it's plant-based, biodegradable ingredients and it's 100% recycled plastic bottle. Yeah, because otherwise it damages the environment, like the chemicals that are usually inside these things. Oh yeah, my scrubbies are made of, I can't remember what they're actually made of. Let me see if I have another one here. I don't have the packaging. This is like, I can't remember, some kind of fiber, but it's literally plant. That's literally plant. So once you've used it up, you can just put it in your food bin and it will just degrade. And it expands, like when you wash it, it expands and it becomes really soft, so it's not actually damaging to any sort of gentle surfaces. And I've got a bottle cleaner here as well. And yes, I do have plastic wrap, but I had this for years. It's only because I bought it when I was still not really living a plastic-free lifestyle, and I just had it since then. So that's there. I usually use either foil or paper, and actually now I've learned that there are recyclable foils and papers, baking papers available. So I'm definitely going to be buying those when I need them. And these are actually my if I remember right, these are made from bamboo. They're just like cloths that I use instead of like kitchen towels. So I wipe my surfaces with them and then I just put them into the washing machine and wash them and reuse them. So that's quite cool. Yeah, I've used them for a long time now. So that's that. And what else? What else do I have here? Got lots of like jars and things like that I just reuse for storage. And these I haven't bought new plastic boxes for years. This is just like from whatever is left from, yeah, years ago. Apart from these ones, but I didn't buy them as separate boxes. They're actually from the Wicked box meals. So sometimes, you know, if, as I said, like most of my plastic does come from food. So sometimes, yeah, if I haven't prepared meals and I need to go to work, I usually tend to buy these because at least it's recyclable plastic and I can actually reuse it. So yeah, when I had my Wicked meals, I by the way, if you don't know what Wicked meals are, I'm not just saying it's Wicked, it's an actual brand here in the UK, and it's a vegan food brand. And yeah, so I just reuse these boxes afterwards. And what else do we have here? A lot of the stuff is like, I literally had it for years and years because I just, yeah, I don't like throwing things away if it's not necessary, you know? And I'm not going to show you my food cupboards, but yeah, I do try to buy a lot of stuff in like paper bags, paper boxes, glass jars, metal jars. I'm not going to show you. But there are still things that I have in plastic, which is annoying. But you know what? It's like it came right on time. I started a job at a brand, and literally next door to where I work, we have a zero waste shop, which is insane. And the prices are so cheap. So I'm definitely going to be stocking on my pasta and rice and spices there. Like they've got everything, literally everything. Yeah, so what else do I have? I think in terms of kitchen, that's about all I want to show. Of course, like I've got my like metal bottles and everything. So yeah, that's that. Let's move on. This is a plastic plant that was here when I moved in. I didn't buy it. Anyway, this is my living room. If you watched my last YouTube video, then you would have kind of seen it already anyway. But just to quickly kind of go through what I got here, I have actually, yeah, prints. These are my photos. I've got one here and one there, and the prints are actually made on recycled paper. I specifically found that to be the case, and the ink is like I can't remember how it's sustainable, but it was somehow sustainable. I can't remember like all the details. I just make sure that things are sustainable and I buy them. And the frame, I don't actually remember if the actual wood was sustainable or not, but I bought it from Etsy, so at least I supported a small brand. So that's kind of how I think about things sometimes, you know, because sometimes it is quite hard to source things that you need or want that are sustainable. So at least I try to make sure to do as much as possible, right? So if I can't get a sustainable frame that wouldn't cost me a fortune, then at least I'm going to support a small brand rather than buy it from Amazon or something like that. Next one is my beautiful shelves. I'm a massage therapist, so that's like a lot of the towels there, which admittedly are not sustainable. But towels are a better alternative to just throw away paper. So I'm using that, and I needed to start off somehow. I couldn't spend a fortune on sustainable towels, unfortunately. So that's what it is. But I do use organic oils and things like that, and yeah, I just reuse as much stuff as possible. My CDs, lots of plastic here, but again, I started collecting these a long time ago, so it is what it is. But I'm not going to chuck them away now. My ukulele, I think this is plastic. This was a gift. And my books, actually nowadays I usually buy used books from eBay, or I buy them from a charity shop. So even in that regard, I do still buy sustainable as much as possible. Then I've got my yoga mat here, which is actually made from cork. It's actually called Cork Space, the brand. And I love it. It's really heavy, so it's not a travel mat, but it's got a really good padding, very good grip, and I just love it. It's my space. And this is like my meditation space as well. I've got cork bricks here, yoga bricks, and I think this is a cotton strap for yoga as well. And yeah, I use candles as well. I burn candles and I try to make sure that they're sustainable as well. Like my little ones are actually made of honey, I think, or whatever it's called. Honey, beeswax, not honey. This is also from Etsy, and it was a small brand, and they use their own beeswax. So I think I couldn't find any soy ones, or for some, yeah, I can't remember why, but I didn't buy soya, but I bought a beeswax instead. Anywho, then this is like my little photography and like vlogging and filming and stuff like that. Podcasting corner. And again, my business cards are made on recycled paper. And this is not sustainable, by the way. GoPro, all of this stuff is all plastic. So yeah, some things, unfortunately, I don't even know if sustainable camera equipment exists. So yeah, some things unfortunately will have to stay like that for a while, I guess. Just to show you my views. Fucking love where I live, man. So good. So then is the corridor space. My map of places I've been in the UK. This is my bathroom. Not to be too like, you know, overt with things, but this is also quite important to show anyway. So in terms of like my personal products, so I've got, this is a deodorant. I've had this jar for like more than half a year now, I swear to God. And there's like a tiny little bit left, but this is a natural deodorant and you just use it as like a cream. Oh my God, it's handmade in Scotland. That's cool. I think I bought it when I still lived in London, but now I live in Scotland, so that's quite cool. And anyway, it's a metal tin, sorry. So it is fully recyclable, and I can actually reuse it after to make my own deodorant and just keep it in there. So that's quite useful. Then I've got my bamboo toothbrush. This is my reminder to actually make a YouTube video, which I'm doing right now. And I've got this little wooden toothbrush stand on Etsy again. So it's quite cute. This is a Himalayan. So I used to use some toothpaste in jars. I didn't quite like them. I'm gonna keep looking for nicer ones. So for now, unfortunately, this is plastic, but it is recyclable from what I can see. But this is, yeah, like fluoride free, just like healthy toothpaste basically. And it's got organic ingredients. This is a tongue cleaner. It's made of, I think, copper or something. I can't remember. But anyway, in a cotton cute bag. But I have my, I think this is also bamboo or some kind of sustainable brush. This is my moon cup. Ladies should know what this is. If you don't, you're missing out. This is a cotton hairband. These are fabric sort of reusable face pads. So like if I'm wearing makeup, which is really rare, then I just use these to clean it off. Oh, and also the thing that I actually use to clean off the makeup is coconut oil. That's it. I literally put a dab of coconut oil onto this, you know, massage it into the cloth, and then I just wipe my face and it gets rid of all of my makeup, including mascara and things like that. It's so good. Coconut oil, and that's it. It's ridiculous. And then yeah, you just put it into the washing machine again. Just as easy as that. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and also just another thing, it's located here, I think. I've got bamboo cotton buds for my ears. I make my own scrub for my face, which is like Himalayan salt. Oh, it's wet. Himalayan salt, sweet almond oil and coconut oil, and that's it. And then Himalayan salt comes in plastic though, which is shite. And then one important thing that I do have is this gem. I really love this razor. I know a lot of people are intimidated by it, but it is actually really good. And I actually cut myself a lot less, if ever, with this compared to when I used to use like plastic, you know, what do you call it, like smooth heads, whatever, razors, bullshit that they sell to you. This is so much more quality. I highly recommend, because then you just use this the whole time, and then you get rid of the, you know, when the blade gets bland, is that the right word? Bland, whatever. You buy these things, I'll show you. Which, yeah, it's a plastic casing, but then, yeah, it's just little metal razors inside, and that's it. Whereas and they last quite long as well, like every razor, so that's quite good. And then I've got my bar soap here, which I use as my gel as well, in this cute bubbles, in this cute olive, I think it's like olive tree soap holder. Oh my god, bubbles. Soap holder, so that's really quite cute. And final thing, my shampoo. I don't actually use shampoo, and I haven't used the shampoo since last November. What I do use is rye flour. So what I do, and I literally mean rye flour. I'll show you. I buy this rye flour in paper bag, which is amazing. Organic rye wholemeal flour. It doesn't have to be organic, it doesn't have to be wholemeal, I don't think, but it just has to be rye flour. Although admittedly I haven't tried any other ones, so if you do want to try yourself, you let me know. Rye flour, a little bit of sea salt, coarse sea salt for like a scrubbing effect, and then a dash of lemon juice, and then you mix it with water, and that's it. And it's the best shampoo I've ever tried, honestly. The best shampoo. My hair is so soft and clean. It's properly clean, as if you've used shampoo. It's insane. And yeah, if you want like a video tutorial of how I do it, like let me know, because I am so in love with it. And I said, like, I haven't used shampoo for more than half a year now. For the first 2 or 3 months, I was experimenting a lot with different things, like not washing my hair at all, washing it just with water, washing it with soda, washing it with salt, like so many things. And nothing really stuck. And this is the gem. I've used this now since March or February, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Healthier hair with a natural product that is plastic free, like entirely plastic free, apart from like the salt that I buy, for example. Yeah, it comes in a cardboard box, but inside it's in a plastic bag. That's as much as plastic as you get, but this box will last you for like a fucking year, you know what I mean? So I think it's a good alternative. What else? What do I have here? For my wardrobe, right, so it looks a bit dull right now. There's some things drying on the drying rack, but otherwise this is pretty much all I have. Very few things, and actually half of them I don't even wear, so I'm gonna get rid of them. And my shoes mostly are here. This is everything I own, by the way. Like there is no like secret storage of any other pieces of clothing. I got like forgot what they're called, drawers. Drawers here as well, like, but they're not, you know, massively full anyway. I would say that 80% of everything I have is sustainable in terms of my clothes. I have a lot of things that weren't bought from a sustainable brand or anything like that, but I've had them for years, and I mean years, like 6-7 years. Like I still have clothes that are that old, so I kind of consider, even though they're not sustainable themselves, because I've kept them for so long, I consider that sustainable. So if I count that as a factor, then I would say that 90% of my clothes are sustainable. And the other sort of parts of everything I have is I either buy from a sustainable brand, and I properly like look it up, you know, what do they do that is sustainable and things like that, because there's a lot of greenwashing nowadays. And if you're not familiar with that term, it just simply means that companies pretend to be green and eco, but if you read the fine print, then you'll realize that they're just words that mean nothing. So yeah, you kind of need to be very vigilant when you buy things that are sustainable to make sure that you're not lied to, basically. But yeah, I either buy from sustainable brands, small brands usually, or I buy from charity shops or online, just used items. So yeah, charity shops are the best because, you know, you don't have to like do the postage of things. But yeah, so a lot of things in the recent few months, most of the clothes that I bought have been from charity shops. But yeah, I also don't, you know, if I really want something Like, you know, I wanted Converse for all my life, so I bought myself Converse, things like that. But it's so rare that everything that you do that is sustainable just kind of like balances that out. So yeah, that's about it. And then I have this like clothes cleaner, which is like a lint cleaner, but instead of like the rollers, sticky rollers, I just use this reusable thing. It's like a type of fabric that just collects collects lint when you just use it on your clothes or whatever. So that's also good because it doesn't use just sticky paper that's throwawayable. And that's about it pretty much. Yeah, a lot of the clothes that I have that are not so sustainable are sports clothes. There are now brands coming out that are sustainable sports brands, so they use recycled plastic rather than create new polyester material. But yeah, I have quite a lot of sports equipment that is plastic. But another side to everything is that when I do get rid of pieces of clothing, even when the life cycle of items ends with me, I make sure I still put it to good use, to charity. And that's pretty much it. The last thing is just, well, makeup actually. Makeup, this is all I have. Like, that's literally all the makeup I have. And again, this, for example, I had, I'm not lying to you, more than 8 years. I had this for more than 8 years. Because I don't use it, but like, it's one of those things that, like once a year I might use it. So this I had for 5 years, this I had for 7 years, you know. Like, I literally, yeah, the few recent things that I bought was face powder, eyeliner, sorry, I'm not pointing the camera to the right place, and then eyebrow powder and mascara, because these are the only things that I use, like, I don't know, like once a month, twice a month maybe. So all these things, but they are sustainable. So this is, where is this from? This is from Lush. They make all like the organic what do you call it? Fucking hell. Makeup. And also with their cans and jars and whatever, they're plastic, but they have a recycling scheme. And actually says here on the bottle, it's going to be blurry, you can't see it, but it says here, bring back 5 Lush pots or tubes with this logo and receive 1 fresh mask free. So they incentivize you bringing back all their empty jars and stuff like that, which I love. And then the other 4 things that I bought recently are from a company called Zao. They come in these cute little cotton pouches, and they're all using bamboo, I think it's bamboo jars. So yeah, this is beautiful. And this is also from Zao. I think this is plastic, to be honest, but the bristles aren't. I can't remember what they're made from, but yeah. Anyway, they're trying to reduce it as much as possible, the use of plastic, and the actual powders and the ingredients are natural as well. Quite expensive. The Zao one is really quite expensive, but because I use it so rarely, because I just don't like chemicals on my face or my skin in general, because I use it so rarely, I thought I might as well invest in something. Yeah, it costs like, I don't remember how much this was, like £20 or something. Like, it's a lot, but it's gonna last me at least a year. So I'm gonna buy something that's sustainable for £20 that's gonna last me a year for sure. If I was using makeup all the time, well, to be honest, people who use makeup all the time should be more responsible for this, because they're dumping a lot of fucking plastic into the atmosphere after they're finished. But I can see why people who use makeup all the time, they are, you know, more inclined to go for the cheaper options, even though it's unsustainable and unhealthy for their skin. But, you know, whatever. Just don't use makeup, guys. Like, what the fuck? I joke. This is a personal choice. But, you know, when we dump stuff into the atmosphere, into the, you know, back into the earth, and it doesn't get recycled, it's kind of our responsibility. And so it's not really, you know, it is a personal choice, but you are not taking that responsibility for your actions at the same time. And also, you may have noticed in the background here, like, I've got some jewelry here. I don't actually pretty much ever buy jewelry for myself now. Most of these things are either gifts or I bought them from, like, this is from Spain, for example, this is from Iceland. So I buy them as like souvenirs, but they're not going to just stand there as souvenirs. I actually use them. So that's quite nice. And like, yeah, this is a gift, that's a gift. So yeah, a lot of these things are gifts. The one recent thing that I bought recently is oh, hello there, sorry, I got distracted, is this bracelet. It's actually for anxiety. So again, like, you know, I don't really buy things that are just, oh, it's pretty. I mean, I wish I was like that a little bit more, to be honest, but I'm too pragmatic and too practical to do things like that. So everything that I buy has to have a use of some kind, because if it's just standing there, unless it's like super pretty, but even then, not really. I'm not really that kind of person, at least not anymore. I'm very much a minimalist. Like, I don't really have that many things, as you can probably tell from this tour. So yeah, I try to make sure that everything that I own, I have a use for, and it makes me happy. Also, a lot of the things that you maybe have seen in here, like, you know, this thing, you know, coasters, or like this lamp here, or this here, like, they're not actually my things. They've been here when I moved in. So yeah, there will be a lot of things that you may have seen in this little flat tour that actually don't belong to me, like this pillow, these pillows, like, that's not mine. So that's it, guys, really. I hope you've enjoyed this tour, and I hope that that's given you some kind of ideas for some things that you haven't thought about that are made of plastic, and how you can substitute it, really. Yeah, look up waste-free shops, look up plastic-free shops online, and yeah, in general, just, I think, anyway, let's just do a little bit to help our beautiful planet breathe a bit freer, because I think it's slightly suffocating in all the plastic and junk and waste that we're dumping into it every day. So peace. I don't know how to end this video, whatever.